Hello, Dr. Howard Dennis, your certified high performance coach. And we're in the chart sessions. And I believe it was last week we went over the first session. We're going to go over the second session, control. So grab your journal and let's do some of our good work. I also want to wish everyone a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, and wherever you're at, have a great one. I've been thinking about ending this year strong. We've been talking about that and starting next year with some momentum. And this is perfect, all right, to talk about what control we have. We are autonomous. We are the captain of our ships. And we got to not give away our power and let excuses win the stories of our lives. All right? And so our goals today is how we want to discover and direct how you engage your drive for control. And I want to direct you in your most useful areas and apply that control. And if you're out of control or you're controlling the wrong things, it increases uncertainty and disappointment, which leads to an unfulfilling life. So this is our good work, all right? The feelings, the work happens before the great things. I know rain happens on the just and the unjust. The truly successful have control of their minds and their attitudes and their emotions. All right? So last week, we went through all of those rankings, all right? And what I want to do is I want to read the definition for control again. Don't get stuck on the words. But I want to read it, and then I want you to rate yourself, all right? We did this 2 weeks ago, but we're going to do it again. I sense I'm in control of my overall life right now. I feel like I'm the captain of my ship. I have a handle on my life. I'm progressing with confidence. I know I can bounce back from setbacks and continue forward with strength. All right? I would just say, think about your last year. How would you rate yourself with control and that, right, and that definition? And then these last 2 weeks, since I've talked to you last about this, how have you ranked, all right? And when you talk through control in your life, what comes to your mind? And also going back to that ranking, why is that? If it's really high, why don't you write down why that is? And what are some of those great things that you can apply to other areas of your life? And if not, why is that also? All right? And let's strategize that and write that down. My next question would be, what are you working hardest on in your life in trying to control the outcome, all right? What's something you're really trying to control the outcome of? And how's that going? And what could you do to improve that? Thinking about going into this next year, our first quarter, there's been a lot of talk about that here lately, and going into next year and thinking about it as your next 90 days in that first quarter, and thinking how you're ending this year, what are the top 3 things that you wanted to accomplish this year that you didn't achieve? And that's not just physical or money-wise or things. Maybe it is for you, but maybe it is getting closer to your family, closer to your sons or your daughters, or taking better care of your mother or father or grandparents. But what is 3 things you didn't achieve this year? And then what, out of those, what do you need to just going into the next year take and put at the top of your list next year? Or what do you need to grab hold of and punt and go on down the second, third, fourth quarter? Or maybe just delete it altogether. All right? Think about that. And then everything matters in life that we're in motion for. Because if something matters in life, we're in motion. We're emotional on it. And I talked about this last week also. We want to be going forward. Our nervous system, our brains, they're created to go forward in life. All right? And we talked about laying down the weight that weighs us so heavily. So everything that matters in life, you're in motion for, I'm in motion for, or we're not. All right? And let's get decisive about this and control these things in our lives. When I was growing up, my mother, she got MS. She was diagnosed with that in 3rd grade. All right? And then financially, things really changed a lot in my life in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. And I got to where I was mowing lawns and everything to get money, and I was having to buy my own clothes. And then when I look back at that, it was a blessing because it made me get put in motion. I had to learn the value of work and suffering to get things and appreciation. And I had everything I needed. My mother loved me very much. And that was everything I needed. But then I used to play the cop-out game. Ooh, I gotta buy my own stuff. I gotta work this summer. I can't be playing with my friends this summer as much as I want to. I could have let that victimhood control my life. Oh, my mom's sick. My dad's not around. And just been like a big old sappy story. But that did not serve me. Those stories did not serve me. That stuff happened for the good, and it made me stronger. And I want to ask you, are you going to let your excuses and your sick stories, your sappy stories, run your life? Because they don't serve. They don't lift others up around you. They don't lift others up around me. And neither do my sappy stories. All right? We need to write a new story for ourselves. And what a great time to do that. And this year's strong. Go into the next year, create a new story, a more serving story. Won't lift others up around you. And you'll just discover that your life changes. It's amazing. So don't sit around any longer. I want to give you our 5-step clarity blueprint for free to help you think about this in a deeper manner and in a more meaningful way. And it's free. You have nothing to lose. And I would love to hear how it works for you. This stuff works. When we think about our lives in a more deeper, meaningful way going forward, we do better. That's the secrets of success. If you'd simply like us to text it, simply text us clarity at 423-460-9757. We'll send that free 5-step clarity blueprint to you, and you can get clear about your life going forward. This is Dr. Howard Dennis, your certified high performance coach today. Man, go out there and make a difference today. Have a great New Year, team. See you.